Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dennis, founder for Inspiration Social, and today, right now, I have with me Terence, who is very, very inspired to write a book. So today with us, we have Terence to ask more about his book, and his book title is, what is it, Terence?
It's called Finding Home Inside.
Okay, so he'll be talking to us more about finding home inside, which I shall not hold him back. Alright, Terence, now can you share with us a bit more about yourself?
So a little bit about myself. About 2 years ago, a lot of things happened to me. I lost a lot in life. Basically, I was about to get married, but I lost a very, very significant relationship. And also at the same time, at the same period of time, I actually got myself into hospital where I lost half the control of my body. In other words, I basically could not control my left side. And also, further on, later on a little bit, I actually almost lost my job. And I only had about $12 to spend to survive on for the rest of the month. So it was at that point in time that I started asking myself, like, what am I doing wrong in life, you know? I mean, before that I had a normal life and everything was going okay. But all these things happened and I didn't know the solution to fix all of this. If something bad happens to you, you have to find a solution. If you can't, then you got to keep seeking for answers. But I could not find answers. Until one day, there was a turnaround point in my life where somebody actually asked me, do you truly know yourself? I could not remember the event or whatever happened that day, but I remember that question. Somebody actually asked me, do you truly know yourself? And that question hung on to me from that moment on, because I realized I didn't really know myself, and I think if I pursue this avenue, something is going to happen. So along the way, because of that question, I seek answers according to that. And I came across books that gave me some answers. I came across people who have experienced pain in their life and how they managed to overcome the tribulations that they have by seeking answers within themselves. Yeah. And also lastly, I actually got the opportunity to go to church where I found faith in my life, and I realized how faith is so important. So as I gather and accumulate all these experiences, all these answers that I have, I started to notice a change in my life. First, I got more confidence in myself. I had more faith in myself. I became more passionate about the things that I want to do. And lastly, which is the most important thing, is that I started to love myself even more. When I started to love myself even more, I started to love the people around me, and I started to love the things that I do. So from then on, also things in my life changed as well. I got a better job offer that pretty much is something that I want to do, and it pays even better. I also have better health. I became stronger in life. I actually got to work out at the gym at least 3 times a week. I made it a point to do so, because when I start to love myself, I start to treasure my body and my health. And also, relationship with my friends and family improved as well. I became more open to them. I started to really make an effort to reach out to them, and I could say that I could be so 100% honest with them in the things that I say, in the things that I am, and I have no intentions of holding back anything. So the relationship improved as well. Yeah. So, and I was thinking that if I had faced this kind of situation before, what if someone out there could be facing that kind of situation? And would this person have the answers that I had at that point in time? Yeah, so that is why I came out with this book, to provide answers to people who are seeking it.
Terence, you mentioned a few pivotal moments in your life. So how can I see these moments in your life? How does it translate to the book that you wrote about?
On to the book itself. The story of the book is actually about a young man who tried to kill himself, and he was brought back to life by an old man. So while he was recovering from his suicide, he stayed at an old man's house, and he started to experience stories shared by the old man, and also stories of the people that is happening, that is around in the house itself. Yes, and these stories that are being shared are actually the true stories that I experienced myself, or maybe stories that other people around me experienced, and they told the story to me. So this is how the book is related to me. It's actually a fictional story. In this case, the young man and the old man in the house, but it is set in a way that there are true mini stories inside. So that's how the book is about. And apart from these true mini stories, there's actually some history in the book. Like the setting of the book is actually at Killiney Road, which is a place in Singapore. And Killiney Road is actually a neighborhood that has a lot of history, but not many people know about it. Like for example, the outskirts of Killiney Road is actually the house of Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. And in that house, a lot of things happen. Like for example, the 14 founding PAP members got together at that place to derive out plans to transit the country from being a colony to an independent nation. And that was where everything took place inside there, all the meetings and everything like that. So it is what happened inside there that shaped the nation to what it is today. And I think this kind of history should be known to more people. So I actually put that into the book as well. Yeah. And on top of that, I also talk a little bit of other things about Killiney Road and all the mini stories that happen inside it itself. So by the end of the day, the stories are actually made to be thought-provoking. It's to get people to start asking questions within themselves and to start finding answers. So another thing about Finding Home Inside, which is good, is that it's flexible. It is actually something that allows you to derive your own thoughts from within yourself. So it is not a book with answers, but it is a book that allows you to find your own answers. So there are answers that are so true that you cannot deny it, that is within yourself. And that is the true soul of Finding Home Inside.
So, after the launch of this book, Terence, so do you have any further plans for FHI, for Finding Home Inside? How to bring it further?
When I came out with this book, I didn't want the book to be just a book itself and just a one-stop thing for people. Because I read a lot of self-improvement books, self-development books on my own, and most of the time I feel very encouraged and motivated when reading the book. But after I'm done with the book, basically, everything just sort of split back to normal. So I didn't want things like that to happen, which is why I decided to create a community. This community is for people who are believers of the idea of finding home inside. They want to find home within themselves, and they want to have help in doing so. So this community is to help people. Anyone can join, and they can all help each other, empower each other, support each other in embarking and continuing on the journey. Because finding home inside is not just a one-stop pleasure place, you just feel good about it. It's something that you can do for life. It's something that can change your entire life and mold it into the way that you truly want it to be. So, in short, Finding Home Inside is a community itself that can actually help people to change their life, to have a better lifestyle for what they want. Yeah. And on top of that, my plans, my vision for the community is aside from helping people, it's also helping people to express themselves. So on one side we can have things like musicians who want to express themselves, so we can have a subgroup of Finding Home Inside for musicians, and we can have subgroups for people who want to start entrepreneurial ideas, start their own business and things like that. So these are some of the mini subgroups and visions that I have for the community itself. And the thing about it is that the book is the start of it all, and proceeds from the book part of the proceeds will actually go into building this community itself. So as more people are reading the book, they are contributing to the book, the community will grow. And this is how I want this is the vision I have for Finding Home Inside.
Okay, so we heard about quite a few short stories, and I understand also how we should be asking questions. So as some final things, who is this book really meant for?
Firstly, those people who are experiencing a lot of pain in their life, they cannot find answers, and they don't know what to do. They're confused, they're lost, just like me back then 2 years ago. So I think this book will actually come in very helpful for these kind of people. And then there are those who maybe they're living very comfortably in their life, but they feel that they are lacking something. They want to do more with their life, but they don't know what is it about, and they have no idea how to go about finding it. So this book is also for them. And lastly, if you are someone who enjoys a good novel, because I also made it to be read like a novel, yeah, you can also, this book is also something worth reading as well. Yep.
Alright, thank you, Terence. So we're about to come to the end of this segment. So maybe you could tell us any last words for viewers watching this video right now.
Right. So Finding Home Inside was a book that I embarked about a year ago. I started writing this book about a year ago, and it's a journey that was filled with joy. At the same time, it was filled with a lot of pain, a lot of questions. Because at that point in time, when I was writing the book, there are some times where I could not find an answer to the question that I imposed on myself in that book itself. So I had to spend days thinking about it, and it was quite. Sometimes I would think too much, and it would start to I would still be at a roadblock. So, and it was at that point in time that I would put the book on hold and then just go and do other stuff and come back doing it. So, and at other times I had to balance between working and writing the book itself. So it was a lot of hard work, a lot of pain. But on top of all that, I also wrote the book with a lot of love, hope, and joy, hoping that I could actually bring love, hope, and joy to the world. So I hope that people who are watching this could also experience this, and I hope this video has helped some people.
Alright, that brings us to the end of this little short segment here with Terence with us today. So Finding Home Inside is really a book of many things, and as we heard in this little short segment, that it has many stories, heartwarming stories. And also Terence, the times when he feels down. And the little stories brings us to some little questions as well about our own life. And hopefully through finding our home inside, we can find a sanctuary and to really rediscover ourselves and to move ourselves forward.